Hey, check out this vintage Todd McFarlane Spider-Man shirt with the silver ink. Back from my Nova comic book days, so long ago. But we're not here to talk about my t-shirt that I'm wearing today, nor are we doing a Marvel character. No, it's December 24th or December 25th when you're watching this, so happy holidays. And this is another one of my little on the peg specials. Today we're doing the 2-pack of Todd McFarlane and his original version of Spawn. Now, I picked this thing up, so long ago now. I think it was on some sale that Amazon had. Picked it up, tossed it aside, and to be honest, I forgot about it. Yeah. And if you're wondering, why did I pick this thing up? I mean, I'm not a Spawn guy. I'm more of a DC guy. But I will have to admit, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, it's Todd. Bare feet, but I went, this made me think of a Jack Kirby character. And I'm talking about Mr. Miracle. I saw this and I went, that makes me think a lot like Mr. Miracle, but with red and black instead of yellow and green. So that's why I picked it up. That, and it was also on sale at the time. Sorry, Todd, I didn't pick up your 2-pack with you in it when it was full price. I've been buying enough of your stuff. You can forgive me that one. But, yeah, let's get to it. And if you don't know what you're doing right now, you're watching On the Peg with me, your host, the Mad Montreal Man, also known as a Toyholic. Yeah, big Toyholic. Toys or food? Toys win. Simple as that. So what do you say I get my good friend, my ally in this wonderful war against plastic containment and cardboard boxes? You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Scalpel. And let's take Spawn .01 and McFarlane out of their packages and see what I think of these guys. Back in a moment. Well, as you saw in the close-ups, I didn't use the Spawn bases. I had a couple of Spawn bases kicking around from some other figures I bought that weren't necessarily Spawn himself. And I discovered that Todd's actual action figure didn't hold on the Spawn bases. One of his foot pegs was too small, the other one was too wide, so he kept on falling down. So I settled and I basically used the little aftermarket base that seemed to do the trick. But before we get into that, let's talk about what you get when you get the 2-pack. You get, of course, the bio in the back. Nice big giant bio card of Todd and his for Spawn drawings in blue. You also get the 2 bases and a split card. Todd, you couldn't have done a card for each? Just saying. So that's what you get in the card. Now, for accessories, and yes, I did find a way to save the package. I basically opened it up in the back. Little trick there. Now, I didn't take all the accessories out yet, but let's start. For Spawn himself, you get 2 hands, the green stuff, and for Todd, you get a microphone, a drawing of Spawn, and a whole bunch of hands, one holding a pen, peace sign, and of course, apparently this is his trademark when he's walking around the office at home, bare feet. Yeah, bare feet. Must have a really good clean house. So let's start off with the man himself, the creator, Todd. Well, couple things. Well, like I said, wasn't happy about the fact he couldn't fit in his own base, but that might just be one I got. I'm not too crazy with the change in skin tone between the arm and the hand and the wrist joint. You can tell it's a different color. But besides the point. As for the face sculpt, it kind of looks like him at an angle. Kinda. Maybe the light's too harsh. It kind of looks like a young Todd McFarlane. I mean, now he's got gray hair. Not the only one, Todd. Now, this is celebrating 30 years of Spawn, which makes me feel really old because I started doing my own character designs, God, over 35 years ago. And the funny thing is, though, when I look at my old designs and I look at his old designs, about the same quality. Of course, he got better and he got famous, and I'm just me. But I have to admit, my character designs have evolved as well. If you want to see my character designs, go to the CDC Facebook page. That's Canadian Defiant Comics on Facebook. You see some of my designs. I have thousands of designs. He doesn't have that many, but he does have a comic book business and, of course, toys. Now, as for the figure himself, well, I like the fact that this is not stuck on him, so you could take this thing off, pop this head off, take him off. It would have been nice if he had the hat that comes off. Just saying, it would have been cool to have an alternate Todd McFarlane head. It would be. One thing I mentioned before when I did other action figures that, for example, when they did the Superboy action figure, which I, by chance, happen to have right near me, it is the same body. So basically, it's the same body block. It's a reuse. But think, if you want to have Todd McFarlane and Superboy, you can do it. Pop the head, switch them out. Or if you want to pop somebody else's head on this body, you know it's going to fit. Now, I did notice one thing, though. The one thing they did do different is the arms are a little bit longer. Just the ball joints of the hands are a little bit longer. Then again, Todd is tall and skinny. Yeah, I don't quite get this thing. I think it's supposed to be like a wristband or a watch. I'm assuming it's a watch. He is left-handed, so you would wear your watch on your right hand if you're left-handed. If you're right-handed, you wear your watch on your left hand. That's the way it normally has been. Articulation-wise, well, it's all right. I mean, it's got all the joints you expect to see in a McFarlane toy. So, not bad. It's kind of interesting that he, didn't give us an alternative head. But this is the way he looked 30 years ago. Go figure. Now, as for the Spawn drawing come to life, well, when I did some research on, he actually had Spawn colored in blue, and so like a light blue and a gray. But I guess this was his first drawing of a red and black Spawn. Now, apart from the face, you might sort of see where I get that Jack Kirby-inspired Mr. Miracle vibe. The big cape, the 2 big round discs. It made me think of Mr. Miracle. And it wouldn't surprise me out there if someone takes one of these guys and says, hey, I'm going to turn him into Mr. Miracle. A head swap would be needed because the head's pretty big on this thing. It basically would be the head if you actually wore a mask over an actual head. So in that sense, it's not bad. As for Spawn designs go, I like this one. Because, the regular Spawn and all the Spawns that followed, If you watch the channel, you know I'm not a fan of asymmetry. You know, one leg, this massive thing, your leg, nothing. This is asymmetrical Spawn. I like symmetry. I don't know, maybe it's about my brain. I like things that are symmetrical. It's just... I wouldn't mind if he drew this Spawn more often. I mean, bring back the original costume for Spawn. It's actually not a bad-looking costume. I also don't see as much legal problems, because if you remember, when Spawn first came out, Marvel was in an uproar. Punisher Skull, Doctor Strange Coke, the skulls. It was just like, there was a lot of feedback from Marvel, and a lot of people say, yeah, he took that from that character, that one character. This one, the skulls look like pirate skulls. There's nothing Punisher-esque about them. They don't have the teeth lines. The discs, they're just white circles. The mask is kind of Spider-Man looking. I do give him that. But, hey, for the most part, this probably would have had less problems legally with Todd than the original drawings he did when he put out Spawn #1 and got Marvel in uproar. I still think this makes me think of Mr. Miracle. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. Because if you think, hey, it looks like Mr. Miracle, because if you saw in the close-up, I did a bit of a close-up with him with a Mr. Miracle background. Just saying. But that's it for their special. I hope you guys like this little mini special. There'll be another special before the new year. I still not sure what I'm going to do. I might do something Batman related. I might do something Marvel related. For example, I might do her. I did pick her up because I did pre-order. I might do something else. I don't know. But there'll be one more special before 2025. Yes, and then Season 4 I was a bit worried about Season 4. Won't go into all the details. I'm not working yet. And to keep on doing the show, you need money to buy action figures. That's my problem, not yours. So, basically, that's it. Have a happy holiday season. I'll see you for one more episode in 2024. Another special. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. I have a few possibilities I could go over. But we'll see when I get there. And, if you're watching this on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, well, happy holidays to you again. And if you're watching this alone, just know that you're not really alone, because I'm here with you. I'm alone Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. That's what it is. My plans for Christmas Day, I'm going to be working on scanning. A lot of my designs I've done with some DC concepts I've had. I had a concept where it explains the Monarch properly, because DC never explained the Monarch. And if you're a comic book guy like me, like what I used to be, it drove me crazy. Monarch shows up, he fights Hawk and Dup. At the end, it turns out he's Hawk, which made no sense. Then at one point, he was Captain Atom, made no sense. I figured out a way that it all makes sense. It's also something I designed years ago to make a pitch of a new Outsiders team. So I'll be busy on Christmas Day scanning those drawings. They're just black and white, nothing fancy. I've also got my what if the DC universe happened in Canada back in the Golden Age. I've got a whole lot of those finished. Well, the pencils are finished, and I haven't finished coming up with all the characters, because it's going to go from the 40s all the way up until modern day. And I still have a whole bunch of characters to do, but I'll be scanning those as well. And I'll also probably be working on tidying up the other desk here, so that I could show you the progress I've made with my customs for my series I'm going to call the Kryptonian series, where I basically take a look at one thing from pre-crisis history, from the world of Krypton. By changing that one little event, you get the whole Kryptonian universe instead. And I've got quite a few customs done. They're not great customs, they're not fantastic, but it's concept customs. And that's it! So, I know this time of year is pretty hard on everybody, especially with the weather. I mean, my dog Duke has got arthritis, and I'm going to have to somehow find money to get him to the vets so he can get pain medication for his arthritis. Yes, dogs get arthritis. It does happen. The past 3 days have been really tough on him, so that's a bit stressful, but he's still my 11-year-old puppy. So, but I'm doing my best to keep him healthy. So I'm encouraging you the same. Do your best to stay healthy. It's important. And of course, even though this time of year can be depressing, a lot of things can weigh heavy on you. I mean, Duke being sick, like really showing the pain in his legs the past 3 days. It's really hard, but I'm doing my best to stay happy, and I encourage you to do the same. And of course, when you look at things like, for example, I look at Duke having his arthritis and getting to the point where he's having a hard time even going up and down stairs. The fact that he still smiles at me, still gives me that look, still farts. Yeah. It's something you have to keep in mind. You have to do your best to stay positive. And that's what I'm doing. Doing my best to stay positive. Hopefully something will turn up soon. And come January, I will be finding a way to get Duke a vet. I'm looking at the cost of having a vet do a house visit, because with arthritis, you don't want to take a dog out in the cold where it's going to be worse. So I'm looking at how much it's going to cost to get a vet to come here to my place to give him a checkup and prescribe what would be the best painkillers for him, so he could, at least live a better, more comfortable life, for as long as he's got. But that's it. So, like I said, if you're by yourself, just do your best. Find that little thing. Stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy, and just remember, action figures, food. Action figures are so much cooler and they last longer too. And we'll see you guys for the next special. Take care. Look, I can put everything back. You would not tell that this was an open package. Well, except for the fact that there's no figures, because, they're right here. Little trick I've learned, thanks to Dr. Scalpel. Take care.